Great. All right, it is 6:15, and I would like to call the Safety Committee meeting together. I am the chairperson, Jeff Hallinan. Along with me are committee members Katie Hedges and Tom Klitzka. We have our clerk, Melissa, here for us, the president of council, and other elected officials. Number one on the list is approval of the Safety Committee meeting minutes from July the 15th. Any corrections or?
Wow, but I think
Okay.
they're fine.
All right.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Great. Tom motions to accept.
Second.
Katie seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those are approved. Good. We can move right to new business. Melissa, when you are ready, could you read the ordinance for us, please?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or the director of public safety to enter into a renewal contract with Axon Enterprises, Inc., a sole source provider and state bid contractor, to purchase 10 in-car police cruiser video recording systems, 27 body-worn cameras, 26 taser, 10 energy weapons, 1 drone, 2 outpost cameras, 1 interview room system, 1 focus core elite, and all required licenses for Circleville Police Department to operate and maintain all aforementioned equipment and declaring an emergency.
Thank you so much. So this is a renewal of a contract, but today we have Captain Barrett here. Congratulations, Captain Barrett. Welcome. And Chief Fisher as well. So I think you guys are going to get up and give us a little explanation around everything.
Yep.
You're going to let him do it.
I'm going to lead in for it. First off, I want to say thank you for putting this together so quick. Axon has us on kind of a tight timeline with this renewal. What we're trying to do is we're currently up for renewal for our taser body camera contract. But in the meantime, we also have 2 other products we use with Axon on 3 separate agreements. So in order to help with easy budgeting and save money down the road, we're trying to incorporate 3 contracts into one larger 10-year contract versus doing individual 5-year contracts. That's going to save us in interest across the 3 of those contracts. Plus, just like with your cell phone provider, if you bundle things, you get things cheaper. So that's what we're trying to do, is get more for our money by planning for the future with doing a 10-year contract. Captain Barrett's prepared a nice presentation that kind of goes into detail on all the technology and the financial side of things. And so let her come up and give her presentation.
All right. Thank you.
Let me apologize now. My dinosaur has done me well. Let's see if she does it again. Okay. And my Wi-Fi. Come on, baby, you can do it. Maybe. Okay, maybe. Okay. It's not going to be exciting. I can't promise much. Thanks, Chief, for introducing me. On behalf of the Circleville Police Department and Chief Fisher, I am pleased to present this comprehensive proposal for the Axon Officer Safety Plan 10 Plus. This initiative represents a transformative investment in our city's public safety infrastructure. It provides our officers with groundbreaking tools and improved training necessary to serve our committee with professionalism, accountability, and innovation. The utilization of this innovative plan will enhance officer and community safety through the advanced, less lethal options and camera activation. It promotes transparency and accountability with live streaming body cameras. It improves efficiency in investigations and operations with real-time situational awareness, streamlined evidence workflows, and AI assistance. It adds safety and security for large-scale community events, like this little thing you guys may have heard of. I think it was called the Circleville Pumpkin Show.
Never heard.
I'm kidding. And this program and equipment positions us to be a leader in innovation and help create a regional collaboration by creating a framework for neighboring agencies to adopt. What you will see today are a couple videos showing the capabilities of the new program, a breakdown of our current program, a required step up in our program, and lastly, the layout and cost of the new program. Let me direct you to the screens to watch the videos, and the speakers are going to be from my laptop, so I hope it works. And I will not sing, I promise.
Welcome to Axon Fusus, your rapidly deployable real-time crime center in the cloud. Axon Fusus synthesizes real-time intelligence to enhance situational awareness and decision-making capabilities
See, I told you.
for your agency. Now,
Come on, you can do it. I apologize. This worked in the office.
video and data feeds from a
Biscuits and
Hold your
gravy.
hand. Just for-
variety of sources and apps can be viewed together in a single pane of glass. All of this data integrates with your agency's computer-aided dispatch software, enabling dispatch personnel to seamlessly send relevant intelligence to responding units. Axon AI is embedded into the system to further expedite response times. AI at the Edge technology analyzes video directly at the camera, enabling rapid alerting, search, and analysis capabilities. Officers can view live video feeds, embedded floor plans, and GPS locations of other responding officers, all from their mobile devices, boosting critical incident management capabilities. Axon Fusus is quick to set up, requires minimal hardware, and has no activation fees. Simply plug a Fusus core into your existing camera or network, and within seconds, the video feed is analyzed, securely encrypted, and transmitted via live stream or on demand based on alerts. Unlike other systems, video and alert sharing is completely controlled by the donor location. Schools, for instance, may restrict video sharing to emergencies, such as an active shooter situation. The system can also prioritize video sharing based on the severity of the call and predefined policies. Axon Fusus integrates with Axon Evidence for easy data sharing and evidence gathering. During investigations, police can instantly request footage from nearby businesses at the click of a button. Private camera owners can securely share both recorded and live video feeds to assist in the investigation. Enhance your response capabilities with Axon Fusus.
This next one is much shorter. It is also very important.
Suspected hit and run. Victim is injured but in stable condition.
Hey, my name is Officer Beckwith. I'm here to help, okay? Mírame, señor. Solo fueron manejando mi bicicleta y me tocó. I'm going to translate. Did you see the car that hit you?
¿Viste el coche que te atropelló?
Sí, fue un Mustang rojo. Movió y hizo una derecha.
Yes, a red Mustang was in this. Moved and made a right.
Suspected hit and run driver heading southbound on Bear Parkway in a red Ford Mustang.
Plate number 285, Victor Hotel Echo uniform, last seen traveling westbound on Spring Street. Captain.
She's not really talking to me. So what we currently have are 25 Axon Body Model 4 cameras, or body-worn cameras, 10 fleet cameras called Fleet 3s, and 25 less lethal electronic conductive devices that are Taser Model 7. And one fully covered and recorded interview room. These are the current contracts that the chief referred to with Axon. The Taser and the body cams are the first column that end this year. And then the second two, as you can see, are the Fleet 3 and the interview room. And those end at different times, and they're all paid separately. Now, if we stay with our current equipment, this is what the three contracts might look like if there is only an 8% inflation rate. This does not include any repairs or upgrade costs. These are mechanical devices and they will fail, as we all know. However, Axon may not renew the contracts on the TASER 7s because they're being phased out and therefore will not support their use legally or testify on behalf of the use. Upgrading to the TASER 10 fixes a design flaw in our current TASERs, the TASER 7s, that has affected police operations already and has caused multiple warranty repairs in the last few years. If we upgrade to just the TASER 10 to the Axon Officer Safety Plan 10, I apologize. We receive the TASER 10 with support, renew the contract with the body cameras, renew the interview room care and maintenance. The dash camera contract is added on top with a renewal in 2028 to include inflation. This is only a 5-year contract that's available. The total package will be $791,422.80. That's 5 years. Now, if we upgrade to the Axon Officer Safety 10 Plus, we receive the TASER 10 with support. We renew the body-worn camera interview room contracts, care and maintenance. The plan will absorb the dash camera contract that expires in 28. Add in the Fusus Real-Time Crime Center, an autonomous drone for free, a value of $83,035, 2 outpost cameras for free, a value of $63,377, 2 VR training headsets instead of just the one for free, an additional $8,000, and the automatic replacement plan included in the technology assurance plan, which sends new devices as they come out. However, they only have a 5-year contract available. The total package would be $720,968.08 over 5 years, or $144,193.61 a year. It's big numbers. What we hope for, we switch to the Axon Officer Safety Plan 10 plus 10-year contract. We receive the TASER 10 with support, renew the body-worn cameras, the interview room contract, care and maintenance. This plan will also absorb the dash camera contract, add in the Fusus Real-Time Crime Center, the free autonomous drone, 2 outpost standalone cameras, 2 VR headsets instead of just the one, and the automatic replacement plan included in the technology assurance plan that automatically sends new devices as they come out. And last but not least, the added advancements in AI technology, which will automatically be pushed out to our system as they happen. This total package will be $1.6 million over 10 years, or $167,413.98 a year. So to make it a little bit easier, I put them all on one screen. The 5-year contracts do not account for inflation rates. The 10-year contract locks in the rate. The basic upgrade with the inflation of at least 8% is approximately $1.3 million over the 10 years. The enhanced setup with the inflation rate of at least 8% totals approximately $1.5 million over the 10 years. Neither of the 5-year plans will give us the advanced technology or the innovation that the 10-year plan gives us. I don't know about you, but my crystal ball is in the shop, and I personally don't know what interest rates are going to be. They're going to be crazy is what they're going to be. So, in summary, I just want to say this investment ensures long-term cost savings of about $582,000 over the 10-year contract, while refreshing our technology and providing better ongoing training and support for our personnel. Circleville serves as the county seat. Adopting this platform demonstrates leadership in the public safety innovation laying the foundation for enhanced partnerships across Pickaway County. We believe this initiative not only strengthens our department, but also reflects our unwavering commitment to protecting and serving our residents with excellence. It is time for Circleville to be a leader. We respectfully request you support in approving this proposal so that we may advance Circleville's role as a model for modern, transparent, and community-focused policing. Any questions?
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm following your math. So
Probably not.
on the, yep, so on your summary sheet, the top two are if we pursued 5-year contracts, and the total's like
1.5.
1.5, right?
Yes.
The same thing for the same service underneath is 1.6, but it's for a 10-year contract, but includes the addition of the outpost cameras, the VR headsets, and the drone.
And the advanced technology of the Fusus Center.
Okay, so
AI, yeah.
over the course of the 10 years, if updates are needed, they automatically get auto-fed to your system.
Same with devices.
With that too, Katie, if Axon comes out with any kind of AI advancement as far as a software or anything, by going with that, we'll automatically get that technology within that 10-year plan. At
Okay.
no additional cost.
And then my only last question is, what are we currently paying per year? Do you know that?
That is the 3 separate contracts.
Probably the 2 that are 700 plus the other one.
Let me see if I can get my dinosaur to wake up. Here we go. There we go. Can you see that or no? That's not going to cooperate for me. I'm sorry.
If you tell us what slide, we can look at it.
There it is.
So we pay 1.1 now.
1.156. It looks like with all the interview room, the fleet cams.
Welcome to Axon
I don't know what
Fusus,
she's doing.
your rapidly deployable real-time crime center in the cloud. Axon Fusus.
4% interest rate versus potential
Yeah.
of 8 to 12% over the next however many years for 3 separate contracts.
Now, how long do you expect before all of this could be in place?
There's about a 4 or 5 month lead time on the hardware to be delivered once we officially say yes and sign the contract.
Thank you.
And then, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Other than the drone, the outpost cameras, and the VR headsets, obviously it's better equipment. But other than that, it's replacing equipment that you already have. There's nothing new outside of those 3 additional things that you're getting for free.
Yes.
And we really needed to replace the tasers because they're not going to be functional.
It's a requirement to
It's
replace
a
them.
requirement,
The
yes.
tasers, we don't know how long Axon will continue to support the Taser 7.
Yeah.
Right now, Taser 7 got issues with the safety device breaking on them. And we've sent 5 or 6 back this year and in the last year and a half for warranty replacements.
Gotcha.
So, and then obviously this is geared towards the police department, everything these services utilize, but also ancillary to that, these services are utilized in the municipal court to prosecute the cases that the Circleville Police Department brings forth. So while there is a secondary component to that, I do want to chime in to that effect that this gives us physical hard evidence to present to the court to demonstrate what went on in real time.
And could save time and money for you as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Also, the drone can be used for other departments.
Oh, Barry, I'm sorry.
Just Kenny, or just some technical questions. So the contract date due is when?
21st is when they would like us to have it approved. I know that's the next available council meeting.
Correct.
If we don't meet that, we have potential gap coverage fees within the contract. However, because of the size of the deal, I'm trying to work out where Axon waives all those fees for us as long as we can get the deal out.
Yeah, so it would go to council for its first reading on October 21st.
Yes.
Okay, just so you're aware of that. Second thing, so the financing piece and the budgeting piece will go to finance committee at the next meeting. Okay, third, does she have a city laptop yet?
We're working on getting her a new one because the ones we have are outdated.
I think Dan can make that happen like
Yes.
that.
It's already in the works. I'm going to talk to
Okay.
Dan more about it and we're already working
Yes.
on it. Get it through that.
For him and her and Bob as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Both in the works.
We should have you a city laptop.
This is day 12. I'm
I
not
understand.
doing a whole
I
lot.
understand.
We'll get you there.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you. Any other questions?
No.
I'd welcome a motion.
I'll motion to forward this on to finance.
I'll second that motion.
Could I have a roll call?
Hallinan?
Yes.
Hedges?
Yes.
Blitzko?
Yes.
They will move to finance in just a couple minutes. Anything else from an old or other business?
No, we're good.
Well, I welcome.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting, please.
Tom motions to adjourn.
Second.
Katie seconds. We are adjourned. We will be moving on to finance shortly.
We'll switch out.
Very shortly.
Probably threw it down with all my stuff. Four Jacks like always donates to the Queens, and I'm like, please donate. You know, like, so I bought the scarves. I made sure no one had donated the scarves, and I bought the scarves.
Yeah. It's always bad when you buy a present for somebody that's already got it.
I know.
My grandchild.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's, you know what, that's what Colin's parents do.
All right.
1 minute.
That'll be great.
1 minute warning, guys.
One day.
I am Katie Logan Hedges, the chairperson for the Finance Committee. Today is Tuesday, October 7th. It is 6:39. With me, I have committee member Jeff Hallinan, and Tom Duval is absent. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with the minutes from August 19th that Melissa sent out. Did you notice any changes or corrections?
No changes or correction. I will make a motion to approve them.
Motion to approve by Jeff Hallinan. I will second that. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, we have 3 pieces of business to go over. The first one, Melissa, that comes from the law director. Can you go ahead and read it for us?
An ordinance authorizing the director of any city department and/or a designee to apply for and any and all grant funds, provided that the acceptance of any grant funds, including matching funds, must be specifically approved by council.
Thank you very much. So with us this evening, we have the Law Director, Mrs. Kendra Kenny, if you would like to speak to this.
Yes, so this has been my multi-year, part of my multi-year plan. It's finally some of this stuff coming to fruition. After getting my feet wet. But essentially, I think where the city has been struggling the most is a lot of grant applications have tiny windows. And in order to pass legislation to get through committee and then get to council floor, we are missing the windows. This ordinance is designed, it only applies to certain grants, and those are the grants that don't need an actual council backing to apply or council backing for matching funds or any matching funds. So for instance, South Central Power does like a $5,000, $2,500 grant, but the window is very tiny to apply for that. But some of that can help some of our smaller departments with other resources and other things that they need. So this legislation is designed to give the city the ability to apply for those grants without having to necessarily each time come and seek council ordinance to do so. In order to accept, though, any grant money, obviously the typical processes would still continue. Council would be notified, you would have proper legislation brought forth. For instance, a lot of this ordinance in of itself is likely not going to apply to the service or utility departments, because those grants do require specific authorization from council to apply, authorization from council to accept, and matching funds. So this does not apply again to any of those classes of grants, but it does allow other city directors or designees to apply for some of those smaller amounts that are on tighter timeframes.
So just one question. I'm probably not understanding this. So it can't be a grant that has matching funds, or it could be a grant that has matching funds, but the ultimate acceptance of those funds would come through council.
The ultimate acceptance needs to come from council, and I would actually probably ask to see those before they apply, because again, I don't want to tie us to matching funds that council's not aware of. I think that anytime matching funds need to come into play, council needs to be aware of it from the get-go. So my advice would be it doesn't apply to those, but again, anytime funds are going to be exerted, anytime there has to be a formal acceptance from council, those grant applications are still coming to council floor. It does not change that process.
Any questions? Any questions from other council members who are present?
No.
All right, Jeff?
I'll make a motion to forward this to our next council meeting on October 21st with recommendations for approval.
And I will second that. Melissa, can you please do a roll call?
Hedges.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, second one.
An ordinance amending the annual appropriation ordinance in the general fund 101 capital improvement 0.4% income tax fund, 206 safety forces 0.5% tax fund, 212 street opening trust fund, 249 capital improvements fund, 306 of the city of Circleville.
Thank you very much, Melissa. So this is our 8th housekeeping ordinance of the year. It totals $782,477. There is one specific thing that I would like to talk about, and then we can talk about any other questions or line items. So there is a $50,000 movement that is coming from 306 for the firehouse building maintenance. We have with us Fire Chief Brian Thompson. Brian, would you like to speak about this?
Brian Thompson, Circleville Fire Chief. Thank you for addressing this issue with us this evening. I've spoke to Mark, Paul Pride, and Jim Stanley on several occasions about the fire alarm system at the firehouse. As many of you know, that fire station was opened in 2002. That makes the building 23 years old. As technologies advance and things are being built, a lot of times the technologies that are put into a new building are older, especially when you're trying to make savings costs. Unfortunately, part of that is our fire alarm system for the firehouse. We initially thought that we could, with monies that we put in 306, we thought we could take care of the whole project with monies in that. But the adaptability and the compatibility of the current alarms, or the sensors and smoke detectors and heat detectors, flow switches on the wet and the dry riser for the firehouse are not compatible with a new panel. So the the quote that was submitted to you guys, I sent to Melissa for your consideration. This includes everything from the panel to all the switches, all the labor, them renting a lift to replace the ones that are all the way up to the ceiling. Just to kind of give you just kind of a snippet of the importance of this. It's a life safety issue with the firehouse. When the firehouse was built, it was in excess of $3 million. So the building currently houses about $3.1 million worth of equipment, not counting anything other than the apparatus. And you all know, if you hear the sirens going past here, past your houses, that there's a lot of times that station sits empty because we're tied up on calls. So we can't rely on somebody to be there to smell smoke. You know, if we get struck by lightning, a back surge of electric, any situation can happen, and that building needs to be protected just like any other commercial building that has people's vested interest in. So if you have any other questions, I'll be very happy to talk to you about it. But at the current point in time, that this quote encompasses everything that the station would need, and hopefully we'll get another 20 plus years out of it.
Thank you. So I just want to confirm that the reason I asked Chief Thompson to speak tonight is because the $50,000 movement in this housekeeping ordinance, this does not cover the total cost. It doesn't approve him to purchase the panel. It just moves $50,000. And I wanted to line out and be specific and transparent about what that movement was.
Right, correct.
Will there be other legislation to like award a contract or?
Well, and that's something that we're going to have to speak to Kendra about, because our monitoring system and everything's through Johnson Control. So I believe if we would go to do that through legislation and change that, then we would have to go to a bidding process. I don't know, since they've covered that, Tycos and Johnson Controls have covered that through its current state.
I just don't know what your spending limit is without a council approval.
Right. I mean,
We're only appropriating money to that line.
Yeah.
I mean, that would just solely cover this quoted price for the current contract that we have with the company that currently handles our alarm monitoring and our fire service.
Yeah. So again, this is just for the appropriation of the money. There's a different conversation to be had about having to replace the unit.
Right.
Because the parts basically can't be.
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you read the paragraph where it says scope of work, I mean, this panel is at end of life. So if anything would happen to this, there are no longer parts being manufactured. You can't buy them off eBay. You can't get them off Amazon. They're basically not available. So if we would have a catastrophic failure of this system, then what they're recommending in their scope of practice would be Firewatch, which.
Yeah.
We just got to make sure we do it legally, that you're all.
Right. And we just, before we did anything, we wanted to make sure that we weren't spinning our wheels and there wasn't going to be money available. So we wanted to be proactive in making sure we had funds before we went through a process with bidding. And I think most of the fire alarm companies are I work with them quite a lot doing fire inspections, and most of them are pretty compatible with each other's pricing ranges.
So I'm assuming that there'll be a follow-up between you and the law director regarding
Yes,
the next
absolutely.
step.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That'll be, like I said, I think we just wanted to, in talking to Mark,
Yep.
we didn't want to put the cart before the horse. I mean, we can do all this stuff, and if the money's not available, then we're pretty much wasting everybody's
Just
time.
that this is kind of cart before the horse.
Well,
Because typically Jeff's asking for monies to buy new equipment. His committee approved it's going to finance. You're kind of doing it backwards.
well, I just wanted to, like, with this being a life safety issue, and part of that would be the money portion of it, I figured that we need to make sure we had the money before we decided that we did all this and we didn't have the funds.
Yeah.
So,
to recap, the total quote of this that Brian needs is $84,575.64, $50,000 of which Mark is moving in his housekeeping ordinance. Okay. Any questions for the chief? Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Okay. So to go back to the housekeeping ordinance, 500,000 of that is from street improvements moved out of Fund 101. And then the other, as a general, looks like it's covering gaps to finish out the year. Is that accurate, Mark?
Yeah, I do want to cover that 500,000. I think Michelle pointed out that the wording probably wasn't correct on that. It says moved out of Fund 101. We had $500,000 over $750,000 available at the beginning of the year in 101. We removed that budgeting during the where we were making the cuts But the money is still available in 206. So basically the money that we would have normally spent out of 101 for the roads is now being spent out of 206. So that money is straight out of 206. There's no money moving from 101 to 206.
And this was money that was previously earmarked for the roads project and to now essentially pay the bill.
Yes, it was there at the beginning of the year. It was earmarked in 101. When we did the cuts, we removed that from 101 to bring more money up in 101, and it's being spent out of 206, and not the same amount. I believe it was 750,000, and now we're asking for 500,000, and this will get us through the end of the year.
Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to line item out is there's $150,000 that is being moved over, which is the total cost for the shortfall at this point of the SAFER members from the fire department. That grant has now been expended.
Yeah, I do want to clarify that one as well. So basically, when the money was ended, or the fund was ended for 258, the money was moved over to 212. At the beginning of the year, there was not enough money appropriated in 212 for the health insurance and their regular pay to cover all of that towards the end of the year. So the money was available in 258, but since it was moved to 212, now we're appropriating that money to cover that at the end of the year.
Okay.
So I'd just like to make a request. Whether the appropriate committee, Safety Committee or Finance Committee, I would like a complete and full update for City Council around the SAFER grant.
From this committee?
Whichever the administration feels the appropriate committee is, either through Safety or Finance, to bring council up to speed on the SAFER grant. Okay. Some of us have been in conversation, know the grant's exhausted its funds. We still have the firefighters on staff. I just think council needs to hear a full report of the SAFER grant and its status.
Mayor, can you do that through Jeff? Right? Okay. Okay. Any other questions regarding housekeeping ordinance number 8? If not, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to forward this on to City Council on October 21st.
And I will second that. Melissa, can we please do a roll call?
Hedges,
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or the director of public safety to enter into a renewal contract with Axon Enterprises, Inc., a sole source provider and state bid contractor, to purchase 10 in-car police cruiser video recording systems, 27 body-worn cameras, 26 taser, 10 energy weapons, 1 drone, 2 outpost cameras, 1 interview room system, and 1 focus core lead, and all required licenses for Circleville Police Department to operate and maintain all aforementioned equipment, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you very much. So this came out of the safety committee earlier this evening and was a request from the safety director as well as Police Chief Kenny Fisher regarding going into a 10-year contract for equipment. So in summary, it provides tasers, body cams, in-car recording systems, an interview room system, a license, and then a drone and an outpost camera. Of everything that I just listed there, we have all of that currently outside of the outpost camera and the drone. So this is upgrading and renewing contracts for equipment that we already have. However, it is addressing an issue with the tasers that will be soon outdated and we will need to upgrade. So what they are trying to do is essentially, I'm going to use the example that Chief Fisher used, which is basically it's similar to bundling cell phone equipment. You get a better rate if you bundle all of the services together. So they are trying to do that and lock in an interest rate over the course of 10 years. To do that, by doing that, they think that they could potentially save over the course of this contract $500,000. It also provides technological updates as it happens, as well as the drone and outpost camera, which are the 2 pieces of equipment that we do not currently have, would be covered in full for free to the city as a result of this contract. Does that seem fair? Did I miss anything?
The only piece of technology the Axon Fuses, which is a software, it's not a piece of hardware, is additional as well.
Okay.
That's the real-time crime center
Thank you.
concept that we pitched.
New AI driven and updated
Yep.
as needed.
So the cost would be approximately $167,413.98 per year, and it would be a 10-year contract. It did come out of the safety committee, moved forward with recommendation for passage.
Katie, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Chief, I think the clerk has already sent it out. The contract and the quote has all already been sent out to everybody.
The quote's sent out. Once we get done with this, and I know it's going to go on to council, Exxon's going to provide us with
The contract.
their contract and quote are one and the same. It's just the quote we gave you doesn't have their legal terms at the end of it. So once I know it's going to go on to council, they'll provide me with the one that has the legal terms in the space where we'll sign if it gets approved.
Yeah, so the ordinance references Exhibit A. That's Exhibit A.
Yes.
Exhibit A is the quote. So as soon as the contract's available, I will do legal review of it and then forward that to council.
Send it out before the next council.
As long as we get it for next council meeting, I don't have it in my possession.
They've got their broad terms on their website, which is all we would be getting on at the end of the quote. So I can provide those as well to you for your review, even if they don't give us the exact document.
Yeah, our practice has been to try to have that contract with the legislation before we pass it.
Yeah, working with Axon right now, they've been in and out with some sales reps. It's been kind of difficult getting things from them. So we'll make sure we have it before the council meeting.
So one thing I would like to point out is because the news outlets are here and before we read it on social media to set the stage right now, there is a fire and EMS levy. It is not related to the police department at all. That is coming up in November. To reiterate, this is equipment that we already have, that we are upgrading, that we are responsible to already upgrade a piece of it. So I think that's a very important delineation to make to anyone who might be watching. This is not an investment that we do not already have. Questions or comments?
I'll make a motion to forward this on to city council on the 21st with recommendation for approval.
I will second that. Can we please do a roll call?
Hedges,
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That concludes all of the business that we have on the finance agenda. Is there any old or other business?
Nope.
If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Yes, I'll motion to adjourn.
All right, we are adjourned at 6:57. Council will start at 7 o'clock. I can still do that. Hey, what's the other one?
Sherry, here's those.
Paperwork?
Yeah, from the last two.
If I miss anything,
Thank you, Mayor Blanton, so much. We're gonna get those pictures posted. Okay.
Sarah, did you learn all about water treatment?
Yeah, and she's ready. She's so, I learned probably wear the tiara.
It is.
About it.
Oh,
I know. Thank you.
It is. It is.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Wastewater
I'm gonna be there to take all the pictures of you guys. So yeah, very exciting.
Oh. Well, you know, for a long time, we had some concerns with EPA. They were driving us nuts years ago. So, you know, now things are good.
I know. That's amazing.
It's, yeah, it's been a while.
Become their proud.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be proud. It's good.
But you know what?
This is not critical. It really doesn't have to happen because we're running so close on time. I don't want to like steal your laptop and like we'll be in the middle of the meeting trying to give it back to you. That seems awkward. Yeah, he's like giving us the 1 minute, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, forget it. It's not critical.
Sid is up there.
Yeah,
helping.
if she could
Sid's
just
up there.
email it to you. It's the diagram, the plan, yes, for Bartman's. And she might be able to do that, just email to you real easily.
Good stories.
Okay.
Jeff said that, which I have to agree too, is probably one of my favorites. He said that's his too.
Oh, mine
Actually,
too,
we had
absolutely.
two over there. And he said, no, I'm not giving them.
Nope.
Okay. I'd like to go ahead and call the Circleville City Council meeting to order. It is Tuesday, October the 7th, 2025 at 7:01 PM. Melissa, could you please do a roll call?
Keller.
Here.
Hedges.
Here.
Tice.
Here.
Liska.
Here.
Allanen.
Here.
Moats.
Here.
Lukasak.
Here.
Duval.
Absent. If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be
Thy name,
Thy
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine
is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
Amen. Council, you should have received a copy from the City Council meeting minutes from September the 16th, 2025. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? Have a motion to approve those? So moved by Jeff Hallinan, seconded by Audrey Lukasak. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we're recorded. Reports from council members or committee reports. Does any council member have a report? Katie Hedges, the Finance Committee Chair.
Thank you, President Keller. We had a Finance Committee meeting shortly before this meeting. We did hear 3 different pieces of ordinances, all of which were forwarded to council and will be heard for the first time at our next council meeting on October 21st.
Thank you. Anyone else? Sherry Tice, Strategic Planning Chairperson.
Thank you, President Keller. We did have a strategic planning meeting on September 30th, and we have an ordinance on the agenda tonight that I will speak to when we get to it. We also will have a service meeting that will follow council tonight. We have one ordinance that is about applying for a grant to have water stations at the parks. And the third thing I'd like to do is just thank Sarah for doing research on the appointments to boards and commissions that President Keller requested. At our last meeting, I know Audrey was concerned about whether we had enough openings for people to get involved. And the research showed that we have made since the beginning of August in 2024, so just over a year, we've made 13 new appointments to boards. We have 1 new member on the DRD board, 1 on the BZA, and there are 2 openings currently for there. We have 4 new members on the Tree Commission, 3 on the Historic Review Board, 1 on the Records Commission, 1 on the Park Board with an opening there as well, and 2 on the Tax Incentive Review Board. And not that you would think that everyone is not coming back. We also had 10 reappointments during that period as well, including one that was on Jeff Moorhead that was on October 24th to the Historic Review Board that wasn't on our list. So anyway, it's just really good to see lots of new people getting involved from the city. Lots of opportunity there.
Great. Thank you very much. Tom Klitschko.
Yes, sir. We have one ordinance regarding zoning that we'll discuss here in a few minutes. The other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to invite the community to join me on Wednesday, October 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at the Pickaway County Library in the Kosh Meeting Room. And what I'm asking you to do is bring your thoughts regarding potential development of a Circleville-based marijuana dispensary. So your voice matters, and I'm going to be there to listen. And then I will bring that back to council and share your thoughts. So if you would please join me at 6:30 on Wednesday, October 23rd at the Pickaway County Library at 1160 North Court Street. Thank you.
Tom, thank you, and thanks for bringing that up.
Sure.
Just for clarity for everybody, this is not a committee meeting or a council meeting. This is Tom as a council person hosting a topic at a public building to gather input. So appreciate you doing that.
You're welcome, sir.
And just that he is willing to put the effort into that, because that probably legislation will flow through his committee eventually. And so thanks for taking time to receive more public comment.
You're welcome. Yeah, we want to hear from the community, and this will give at least an opportunity.
Great.
So appreciate that.
Jeff Hallinan, Safety Committee Chair.
Yes, thank you, President Keller. We had a safety committee meeting shortly before the finance meeting where we had one ordinance for review for the police department that will be presented on the 21st of October.
Very good. Thank you. John Moats.
Thank you, President Keller. I was able to attend an event this morning at High Christian University. The president there was planting an oak tree for the freshman class and also pledging on how he was going to support the community, was looking for our support as well as the city, and just being rooted in the community. And so he had a great message this morning. So I just really appreciated that, had a good time. Tom, is there anything I missed?
No, I think you're right on. It was a good opportunity to bring the community together again, and leadership was there, and they're definitely very rooted and want the community involved across the board. So absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Audrey? Okay. Tonight, as our guests, we have our city elected officials, and we have our auditor, Mark Bidwell, and the mayor, Michelle Blanton. Mark, you have a report, comment?
No, sir, I don't.
Mayor Michelle Blanton.
Thank you, President Keller, members of council. I do have a couple of things. It's been a few weeks since we've been in here together. So I just want to go through some things. All of these things have been communicated through the loop, but I just want to highlight them for the public because this is our first public meeting since that has gone out. So next week is the third week of October. So the Circleville Pumpkin Show is next week. So please be aware that this weekend you will start seeing roads closed. Barricades will start going up. So just be aware that will be happening on Saturday this year. So just be prepared for that as you start milling around this weekend and have plans throughout the community. City downtown trick or treat. So this is with all of the businesses downtown. That is Tuesday, October the 28th. And then citywide trick or treat will be Thursday, October 30th. And that is from 6 to 8. The downtown trick or treat is from 5 to 6. And there will be a Halloween costume contest. If children want to dress up and come, there will be prizes for that. Want to talk about just golf carts for the pumpkin show this year. Golf carts in the downtown area must be licensed in order to be on the street. So just be aware of that. If you know of somebody who has a golf cart, who wants to drive it, please let them know that they have to have an official license from the Circleville Pumpkin Show on their golf cart in order to be within the grounds of the pumpkin show next week. That is a safety and just an organizational piece to know who's supposed to be on golf carts, when and where. Okay, so please make sure that you that people do that. There's some upcoming meetings for the code enforcement, civil service penalties, that Hannah Wynn, our city planner, is hosting. All of that is in the newsletter. Please sign up for the newsletter. It has a lot of good information in it of what's happening in the city. This includes also 2 meetings tomorrow evening at Barthelmess Park. One is from 2 to 4, and the other is from 6 to 8. It's talking about potential plans for the extra land that the city purchased at Barthelmess Park. And that land was purchased a few years ago.
But it's here.
It is the meeting from 2 to 4 is at Barthelmess Park. The meeting from 6 to 8 is here in City Hall. And then just one last thing. This week I had the privilege of participating in the silent walk for domestic violence with the Haven House. I think I saw some of you there. And so I actually have a proclamation, if it would be okay to read for that occasion. So this is from the Office of the Mayor of Circleville. It's a proclamation. Whereas domestic violence is a serious crime that affects people of all races, ages, income levels, and sexes. And whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity due to the systemic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control of abuse. And whereas children who grow up in violent homes are abused and neglected at a higher rate than the national average. And whereas domestic violence costs the nation billions of dollars annually in medical expenses, police and court costs, shelter and foster care, sick leave, absenteeism, and non-productivity. And whereas only a coordinated community effort will put a stop to this heinous crime. Now, therefore, I, Michelle L. Blanton, Mayor of the City of Circleville, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the City of Circleville, and urge all citizens to participate actively in the scheduled events and programs and to work toward the elimination of personal and institutional violence against women. So thank you for giving me the time to do that. That's the end of my report.
Great, thank you very much. Council, do you have questions for the elected officials that are here tonight? Audrey?
I do. I know that you had met with the county commissioners. I read about it in the newspaper regarding our homeless population. Are you able to just highlight some of the things that you talked and how that meeting was and their receptivity? I thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have had a couple of meetings as the administration and with others throughout the community, whether that's Ohio Health Burger Hospital, Job and Family Services, Integrated Services, other organizations we've met with a couple of times just to see what services there are currently here and what gaps there are. We also, PICA has been part of that. They are the organization that works and has worked with them with their Soap and Hope. That's the shower trailer with laundry facilities that the city participated in funding. And we see the number increasing. And it is an opportunity for us to come together as a community to resolve. I don't know that we will be able to resolve it completely because it's a nationwide problem, but we can work together to pull all of our resources together. And so my conversation with the commissioners was to bring them to the table, because while we currently are seeing it in the city of Circleville, we are guessing that other small villages are going to be seeing it in there as well. And so we want to try to get ahead of it to work with them as a government agency for a whole county approach to that.
I appreciate that you had the opportunity to meet with them. And I was at one of those meetings and where hearing that Rouse County is addressing some of the same concerns, and how some of the people from Ross County talked about the compassion that they felt in that county of caring for the homeless. And my hope is that we can provide compassionate resources and thinking outside the box of how to serve this community.
I'm hopeful that we can work together as a community, both as government entities and as nonprofit organizations, because there are certain things that one or the other can do and have the resources to do. And so it's making sure that all of those resources are at the table and that everybody knows what everybody's doing to help our residents.
Anyone else?
I guess, yes, please. One thing on Mayor Bland, how much of a concern is there in the city with the growing population of homeless folks, but also in what they may be doing to the city or causing, concern, crime, we'll say
Yeah, so
itself, please.
So that was part of the initial conversation that prompted really the city driving this conversation was destruction of personal property in the downtown area or just public areas even in the downtown area. And so the conversation was started and we're working to see what the best way is to address that. Again, as government agencies as well as nonprofit organizations. There are things that government entities can do, and we've seen that in other places throughout the country of how they have addressed that. And we're just trying to figure out what the needs really are right now. Is it a housing? Is it something else? Is it mental health services? What is creating that? And are we actually seeing people being brought here from other communities?
Certainly, one of my biggest concerns here across the state, the country, is mental health. It is a problem. It is causing deaths. It is, destroying families. There's so much of a problem. How much do we have available? I mean, we have SIOTA, perhaps. We have a few other individuals that provide, psychology, maybe some psychiatrists out there and so on. But there's not a whole lot here in Circleville or Pickaway County, really to treat people. And there's a lot of, potential of those out on the streets may have the mental health issues and so on. And, so that's definitely something that's very concerning.
This goes to a national conversation that's happening right now as well with the use of facilities in the past and what that did and how that can be either utilized again or whether there's a more compassionate kind of way that maybe that those could be utilized. And so, but also what the role of government is in that. I definitely share that you have addiction issues in some, but not all.
Right.
You have mental health issues in probably the majority from what I'm hearing from the people that we have been talking with, and they do provide those services to some of the people who are living on the land. But then there's just short term. And specifically, when I went to talk to them, I was focusing mainly on the people that are living on the land, right? But there's another population that are considered homeless or defined as unsheltered that may be living in a car. They may be living in a hotel. They're couch surfing. And so those are also citizens or residents who require assistance too. So what resources are available for them? And how do we actually, right before I came in here, I saw something where a school is making their parking lot a place where families who have children, school-age children, they are allowing them to park their cars in their parking lot overnight, through the night and overnight, because it's designated as a lot for them to use because it gives them access to internet so that they can do their schoolwork. So that it's an out of the box. It doesn't solve the actual physical location of their home, but it provides a way for them to be successful in school with a safe, stable environment to be in overnight. And so that's a creative. Like, are there other things that we can be doing? And I'm not suggesting that I have a plan or any that I want to create a plan. It's going to take all of us working together to think about what that looks like. It is an ongoing conversation. And I welcome anybody to provide any recommendations or thoughts that you have on it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anyone else have a question for the auditor or mayor? All right. This brings us to the portion of the meeting where the public can address city council. Anyone is welcome to come to the podium. You'll be asked to give us your name and your address. You will have a 5-minute time limit. The clerks will keep track of your time and give you a 30-second warning and when your time is up. And just to remind yourself, you're being recorded. Anybody like to speak tonight before city council? Please give us your name and your address.
So William Haddix from 531 East Union. Just going off of what the mayor and some of you have been talking about, the homeless population. I see a lot of them every day. Well, there was a few right outside the door here in front of the courthouse this evening. And some of them I've actually spoken with. I see them quite often. And they kind of fall into many categories, like you mentioned. But what about, I mean, what can be done with the ones that just flat out do not want help? The ones I've talked to said, we're fine the way we are. We'd like our lifestyle and we don't want any mental health or any other services. They just want to be left alone. That's it. The only thing they've ever mentioned is we'd like to see more trash cans around so we can throw our trash away instead of leaving it. That's the only thing that they said they would like. Otherwise, they said they just want to flat be left alone. So is there anything, I mean, I don't know of anything, but you really can't force somebody into anything. But at the same time, it's still causing a lot of problems. I know behind my own house, it's a complete mess, but nobody's allowed to do anything because that's railroad property where I'm at. Somebody actually set off an explosive device the other night behind my house, rattled my windows and the whole deal. So, but nothing can really be done with that just because of jurisdictional issues. I understand that. But just in town in general, I don't really know what can be done with the people that just, like I said, want to be left alone, but there has to be some kind of avenue. I don't know what it would be, but I know Chillicothe's been working quite a bit lately. They passed some ordinance, or at least working on them, about no camping is what they called it in city limits. But then again, all you end up doing is pushing the people somewhere else and it becomes someone else's problem instead of fixing it. But then again, what do you do? Like I said, mental health and all those issues, I completely understand. And there probably are quite a few that would like some kind of help without having to get some kind of a record to get the help. So I understand that. But for the people that just want to be left alone, what are we going to do with them?
Thank you, William.
Quick question. What are your thoughts? What would you do if you had the opportunity?
As far as those people are concerned, legally, I don't think there's really much that can be done that I'm aware of, but maybe through the law director or something, maybe something can be found, that can be done. But like I said, I don't know what. The only thing that I've seen other cities do, like I said, is the no camping ordinance. And then if somebody violates that, that becomes a criminal offense. And then you go from there. And I know that sounds kind of extreme, but I just don't know what else. Nobody else has seemed to have any other options but that. Now, how successful that is, I don't know. I mean, you can't keep them, locked up forever, obviously.
Yeah. Mayor?
I just wanted to say, if you do see people on railroad property that aren't supposed to be there, please call the Circleville Police Department because we do have a direct line with the railroad and we can call their railroad.
Well, I had 10 officers up there and they said, next time something happens, call the FBI. We can't do a thing about it. I mean, I was up there when that device went off. It was an oil filter and it rattled my windows, filled my backyard full of smoke. Okay. It was a mess.
Thanks for.
They came the next day and done best investigation they could just to see what was going on.
Okay.
But they said there's absolutely nothing they can do because it's completely out of their jurisdiction. But it is so messed up. There's couches, trash, bed mattresses. Katie, I know, knows it for.
Fort Jack is a neighbor of Williams, and we are in agreement.
Yes, it is a mess. And I don't want to do anything, and neither do my neighbors, because you don't know if there's needles or other things in there. So it definitely needs somebody that's got the right equipment and things to clean it up. But it's definitely a disaster that somebody needs to do because I mean, I got a giant wild rose bush behind my house, and we found people living inside the rose bush. They hollowed it out. And fires everywhere. I put out several. I just bought me a brand new fire extinguisher for that reason.
Thank you, Wayne. Anyone else? Yes, come on up. Hi there.
So I'm Marie Wilbanks. My address is 2171 Patton Hill Road in Chillicothe, and I'm here with a couple friends.
Yes, I am Stephanie Bentley, and I am a registered voter in Pickaway County. Oh, yeah. My address is 968 Circle Drive.
Thank you. Right ahead. You have 5 minutes.
So I have some recommendations that I think needs to be addressed. I think there needs to be a family restroom in all the parks for adult changing tables and make it wheelchair accessible. And great job all around town. I think you guys keep it clean and safe as much as you guys can. I know you have a lot on your plate. And then accessible parking for pumpkin show or any events, more wheelchair access, because I can't walk a long distance. I have a disability that prevents me from that.
Can I say one thing? Yeah. We realize that's not just a you conversation. We realize that we need to have that with other people as well, but we're just priming the pump.
Yes, and I would like to continue working and love the work with you guys if you're willing to work with us and the Board of Disabilities of Adult. I would be glad to certify our community as best as I can.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
I should have added at the beginning of this. So I've come to you guys before just to introduce myself, and I attended the last advocacy meeting and mentioned that I had done this, and all of a sudden there were lots of people who wanted to come see you. So, and then we also have Jordan, who would also like to give you a couple points he wanted to talk about.
Jordan, welcome. If you'll give us your name and your address.
Yes, sir. My name is Jordan Oliveris. I live in Nashville, 542 Thompson Avenue.
Thank you.
And I just want to first say thank you for your time and consideration and just having us here. I'm an advocate with Pickaway County Board. And I wanted to tell you guys that you guys are doing a fantastic job. You really guys are. And I would love to collaborate with you just on things that we're doing in our advocacy group at the board, such as the RAMP initiative and the Blue Envelope program. The RAMP initiative is essentially providing more access to local businesses here in Circleville and Pickaway County. It's a great thing. You know, you you get more business in there, and then inclusiveness and accessibility. And then the Blue Envelope program is a program that was facilitated to make traffic stops go smoother for people with autism or any kind of like memory issue, to where, you know, they have a disability of some sort, just to make it go as smooth as possible for both the officer that's doing the traffic stop and anyone that's in the car. It's this right here, and it has a driver's license, car insurance, and all that good stuff that, you know, is provided, that's needed at a traffic stop. And it's also got a sticker that you could put on your back windshield as like a discreet, way to let the officer know about the Blue Envelope. And we first started out in about 4 counties, and we are about 60 plus counties now. So we've definitely grown. RAMP initiative, you know, we've successfully distributed to about 12 or 13 businesses thus far, and we just only want to, you know, keep going with that. And I would, like I said, I would really love to collaborate with anyone. I've also mentioned this with Michelle a few times in a few meetings, and Yeah, so thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you for your passion and your efforts. We
I appreciate
your
that.
help and
Thank you.
your work as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. It brings us to our business portion of tonight's meeting. We have 3 pieces of legislation.
We have a piece of communication.
Oh, I'm sorry, communications, you're right.
Council received a letter from the Ohio Department of Commerce. The Gentry House located at 109 North Court Street has applied for a liquor permit. The city must file a response by 10/23/2025 if they would like to request a hearing regarding that permit.
Right, and those requests need to go through the police department. Okay. I'd like to have a motion to place that correspondence on file. So moved by Katie Hedges, seconded by Sherry Tice. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Is that all there is?
Yep, that's it.
Now it brings us to the business portion. If you go right ahead with the first one.
An ordinance to amend the zoning district of 314 South Pickaway Street, parcel A05-2 or A05-2-055-00-011-00 from DB Downtown Business District to HSU Historic Single Unit District and declaring an emergency.
Council, you've heard the first reading of this ordinance that originated in the Judicial Committee. Tom?
Yes, sir. This is, a general residence, and it really shouldn't be in the business, general business district anyways. So we're asking to move them into the historic district.
All right. Any other comments or questions? Is there a motion?
Motion to suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend the rules by Sherry Tice, seconded by John Motes. Roll call, please, on the motion to suspend council rules.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Pliska.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Lukastak.
Yes.
Rules are suspended. You're free to act on the ordinance.
I'd like to make a motion for passage, please.
Motion for passage by Tom Klitschko, seconded by Sherry Tice. Roll call, please, on the motion for passage.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Pliska.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Lukastak.
Yes.
The ordinance passes.
It is assigned 10/70/2025. A resolution authorizing the Director of Public Service to apply for financial assistance funds through the Land and Water Conservation Fund and declaring an emergency.
Council, you've heard the first reading of this resolution that originated in the Strategic Planning Committee. Sherry?
Thank you, President Keller. I asked the Service Director, Jim Stanley, to come and discuss the plans for Barthelmess Park because there've been a lot of things talked about, lots of phases, and maybe you can give us an overview of the funding that we've received, what we have planned, and how this would, help that process along.
Sure. Thank you. So far, we've applied for and gotten some state capital funds of about $750,000 to start phase 1 of what we call the Barthelmess Park expansion. With that, we are putting about $250,000 of city park money in with that project to start phase 1. And this is a $500,000 grant we're applying for that would allow us to do another ball diamond with the current phase 1 project. So phase 1 of the overall project are the softball diamonds, which we're calling them softball diamonds. They can be used for baseball as well, but they're softball diamonds. There's 4 diamonds that are planned for the facility on the portion that was purchased about 4 or 5 years ago. This $500,000 would allow us to build a second ball diamond at this point. We are currently going to be asking for more capital money this fall, hopefully. With your blessing, we will do that. For a larger project, we would like to include several more of the phases. There's a total of 4 phases in this park expansion. The first phase is the softball diamonds. We're actually currently only scheduled to do phase 1A because that's all we have the money for currently. So this will allow us to do more of that phase 1. If we do get additional funds, we'll be doing additional phases. And we're currently working, our city planner, Hannah Wynn, is working on a pool project. And she's holding those meetings tomorrow, as the mayor had mentioned, for public input. And we've been reaching out to stakeholders and had probably 6 or 7 meetings so far to get public input. But this would allow us to do another $500,000 worth of work without any money being tied to it as far as any additional funds. It will not put all the amenities of a full softball diamond that we would like to have, but it will put a field out there that is usable as a softball diamond.
So to recap, if I understand correctly, we already have funding to do the first of the 4 diamonds, and we're going to apply for this, and if we receive this, then we'll be able to do the second as well.
That's correct.
And then we'll have to wait on further funding to do any more. We'll also get some parking.
Yeah, there would be, with the original capital grant, there was a parking lot and a trailhead basically, so there'll be walking paths around the park that are started and included in that first phase.
Now, this will also addresses the concern of some of the folks, organizations, people or residents about having more women's or girls' opportunities available. So that certainly will help. I think that cause too.
Yeah, that's correct. And that's the softball phase has always been kind of initially when that property was bought was the initial thoughts that it would build these 4 diamonds. So those have been in process for quite some time.
5 years. Because the softball only has the 2 diamonds at Ted Lewis, is that correct? And baseball has 5 or 6, I think, that they've put in. So this would help.
They have 6 that they use.
Yeah, so we wouldn't have to use the school diamonds that they've been trying to use, which presents some conflicts sometimes.
Correct.
I understand.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else? Comment?
It's kind of side, but I just have a quick, the other properties that the city's bought, be nice to hear about if there's ever going to be anything that goes on with them as well too.
As funding
in the
permits,
future.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay,
Now,
awesome.
we are developing the passive use parks, which are the ones we purchased last year with the grant we received, $1 million grant we received from the OPWC. Those are much cheaper to develop. They don't have the equipment or the fields. It's walking paths, bike paths. We're not paving anything at this point, so that's a much cheaper development cost than something that our folks can do, where this is a much different project, grading. There's a lot of site work that's involved, utilities involved, that type of thing. So
great, thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Is there a motion?
I will make a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend council rules by Sherry Tice, seconded by Tom Kutzka. Roll call, please, on the motion to suspend the rules.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Plitzka.
Yes.
Allanen.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Lukastak.
Yes.
Council rules are suspended. You're free to act on the resolution.
Motion for adoption?
Motion for adoption by Sherry Tice, seconded by Jeff Hallinan. Roll call, please, on the motion for adoption.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Plitzka.
Yes.
Allanen.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Lukastak.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted.
It is assigned 1071, 2025. An ordinance authorizing the mayor and law director to enter into a contract with the Pickaway County Commissioners to provide legal representation to defendants who are indigent in cases involving the Circleville Police Department or the Circleville Municipal Court from July 1st, 2025 through June 3rd, 2026.
Council, you've heard the first reading of the ordinance from the Judicial Committee. Tom?
Sir, we basically, with this one here, what we need to do is, it's an annual contract itself, and we actually see this thing about this time of year itself, and so it helps pay for representation, like say for defendants in the local court, so on, that are provided or that have been arrested by the Circleville Police Department. So it's an ongoing, it's a standard, I guess, from one year to the next.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? How about a motion?
Now, the one thing is that we do not have an emergency clause noted on this, and we asked about that, and they said, we're kind of behind it anyways,
Correct.
itself. So we, like to pass this as soon as possible. So I'll ask if we could extend the rules.
Motion by Tom Kutzka, to suspend council rules, seconded by Sherry Tice. Roll call, please, on the motion to suspend council rules.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
Yes.
Blitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Lukastak.
Yes.
Make a
Council,
motion for passage?
motion for
Sorry.
passage by Tom Klitzka, second by Audrey Lukasak. Roll call, please, on the motion for passage.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
Yes.
Blitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Lukastak.
Yes.
The ordinance passes.
Is assigned 10/72/2025. That's it.
Great, thank you, Melissa. I have a couple new things to bring up under new business. First is we have a council member absent. Motion to excuse that person. So moved by Sherry Tice, seconded by Audrey Lukasak to excuse council member Tom Duval. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Council, the second thing is, at the last council meeting, council member Jeff Hallinan made a motion to reconsider 2 board appointments. That evening, we received an email from Law Director Kinney about her recommendations for reappointments and procedures, which are a part of the review we'll do on our council rules at the beginning of the term. And I forwarded that to you. But after the request, or that email from the law director, I'd requested Sarah to do a search, if you will, on all board appointments since that date. That date was August 7th, 2024. And she had sent all of you, or I forwarded you her work on all the appointments, mayor's appointments, council appointments, all appointments since that time. Sarah, thank you for doing that. I know it took a lot of reading and listening. Since that time, I had received a call from Councilperson Tice that under the motion to reconsider, a person has to be in the prevailing side of that reconsideration. So Jeff, who made the motion to reconsider, was not on the prevailing side for Bill Atkins, but he was on the prevailing side for Mike Combs. So Bill Atkins will not be reconsidered because of Jeff not being able to make that motion appropriately. Since that time, we have received applications from both of those members that we did not have at the time those votes were taken. Those have been forwarded to you in your weekend information. So you did have both of the applicants fill out an application, and you have those. So at this time, council could reconsider the motion to reappoint Mike Combs.
I'll make that motion.
So moved by Jeff Hallinan, seconded by Katie Hedges. Is there any conversation or questions or comments? Roll call, please, on the motion to reconsider Mike Combs.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
No.
Blitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Lukastak.
Yes.
Okay, so Mike Combs, after the reconsideration, is appointed to the board. So
Wait,
Why did you vote no?
he didn't say motion to appoint him to the board. He said
Said to
motion to
reconsider it.
Well, I misunderstood then.
you want to change your vote?
Yes. Of course, I want him appointed to the board.
Yeah. Jeff's motion
I'm
was
sorry.
to
Boy, was I
reappoint him to
confused.
the board.
I'm sorry,
So you're a
misunderstood.
yes?
I'm a yes. I want him, I've always wanted him on the board.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So I will say again, is that there's work to do on the council rules to review them. We try to do that at the start of every term. So I'll entertain any kind of help from any of you that want to be a part of that. Because once we do make a change to our council rules, it is a process. It takes multiple readings and an ultimate approval by city council. Okay? Is there any other new business before city council this evening?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Jeff Hallinan, seconded by Audrey Lukasak. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
City council meeting is adjourned at 7:43 PM. The service committee will start in just a few minutes. Thank you.
Oh, it's over like by where they store all the trash cans. It's like right by the courthouse. You get to ride around in a wagon.
Is that what we're?
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's like.
So 7 o'clock, we have to be there?
No,
I hope nobody talks to me because I'm like,
can you vote already? I'm gonna check, but like you said, I'm not. Get to do your queen.
So, yeah, I'm glad you made it this way. I remember reading about it, but the calendar is really crazy. There's too many things going on. Okay, you're going that side. Okay. Oh, you're coming here? Okay. Have a good one. I know, I've never met. Huh? Well, good that Sarah pulled that up, because I think that is
People come through. Yeah.
I have to look further.
Until you see it in writing, yes. And I had intended to bring that, and I think I mentioned that, like, once we start talking about it, to give all that information, but that's great that Barry just requested it, and got it.
I know. I know.
How was your trip?
She goes to Logan now. It's Monday, Tuesday. They're like, hey, have you seen it lately? It's lovely. Yeah, we have cheerleaders.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, are you a Circleville? Are you? So I had different projects for the different parts. My personal tour guide, and so staying with someone. So lots of walking, and then friends of friends I stayed with, and then there was another friend.
Right.
Took a friend to face or a dating peace class. So
Oh, my goodness, how
it was
fun.
So learned a lot.
All right, well,
So
I'm over here, but I don't know if Barry's, they're gonna move or whatever. We heard the thump.
how did the surgery go?
Yeah, you know, it went well. He's in his days now, so it's just gonna be a long.
Sherry, are we ready?
I'm ready if we could get, yes.
But the truth is, a year.
1 minute.
I heard the thump.
It's ready to get out of here.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to call this meeting of the Circleville Service Committee to order. It is Tuesday, October 7th at 7:47 PM. Would you please call the roll? Sarah?
Duval,
Absent?
Tice,
Here?
Lucas, here.
Did you have a chance to look at the minutes from the meeting from September 2nd?
No changes.
Okay. Would you like to make a
I'll
motion?
make a motion to approve the minutes.
I will second that motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the minutes are approved. We have one resolution under new business this evening. Would you please read the title, Ms. Colasar?
A resolution authorizing the Director of Public Service to apply for, accept, and enter into financial assistance funds through the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency, OEPA, Recycle Ohio Grant Program.
Thank you. We do have our Service Director, Mr. Jim Stanley, here with us this evening. He can talk a little bit about what this grant would entail.
Thank you. This is a $10,000 grant through the EPA that allows the purchase of water bottle filling stations. So in that purchase, we would have to install them, but that would purchase a station for each park, possibly 2 for one of the parks. So it should purchase 4 water bottle filling stations. And we'd like to get that and get those installed before next season.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And would those be installed near the restroom facilities?
Well, yeah, it has to be
Generally speaking?
installed where we have water available, so it'd be in a building, or it would be on the outside of a building, but through the wall of a building, basically. So it would, hopefully, Barthelmess Park, we'd have at least 1, possibly 2 there, Ted Lewis Park over there, and then out at Mary Virginia Park. So all the parks that have basically block buildings with plumbing would be able to have one of those installed.
Very good. Do those have a drinking fountain component to them as well?
There are some that do. I don't believe the ones we have priced. I think they're strictly water bottle filling stations, but there are some that do have a water fountain as well.
Okay.
We're trying to make them as vandal proof as possible. So every time we put up a water fountain, they always seem to end up getting beat up for, whatever reason. But hopefully these are in the wall enough that they're harder to attack.
I don't know why people do those things.
But that'll be great, because trying to go along with our recycle program, but yeah, when you're out walking, it's where to go.
Right.
So it's like the ones at the airport, right?
Yeah, similar to that. You'd place your water bottle in there and press a button and fill it up. So, yep.
Perfect. Do you have any other questions? Any other council person, Klitzka or President Keller?
I think we're good. I like that idea.
Yep. Okay,
Make a motion to approve this, or to bring it to the October 21st meeting of the council for approval.
Okay, I will second that motion. Please read the roll.
Thais,
Yes,
Lucasad.
Yes.
and that will be forwarded to council. Do you have any other old business or any other business that we need to discuss?
No.
Nor do I. I will make a motion that we adjourn at 7:50.
Second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank